What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. I'm re-recording the video now. I just recorded it a half an hour ago, but was having some audio problems. I'm having trouble nailing the audio if I want to play like a YouTube video on the computer simultaneously as I'm talking into the microphone. It's a little tricky, but I think this time it will be good. But re-recording this video here. So yeah, lots to cover in the markets. I hope everyone's having a good day. Big news of the day, Anonymous has put out a new video announcing their new target, somebody in the crypto space. And then also we'll go over some updates with a bunch of coins and projects that I am involved in. So as usual, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and follow me on Twitter at @SpenCryptoShow right there. Let's dive in. Poll of the day. Twitter user Greg16676935420. Some of you crypto Twitter are probably pretty familiar with him. He's working his way up the Twitter hierarchy nicely after securing prestigious follows from Tom Brady and Sam Bankman-Fried. Who should follow Greg next? Elon Musk or CZ from Binance? So those are the two big tech heavyweights that do not follow Greg at this moment. Elon Musk is winning so far. Both good answers. Elon's probably winning because Greg references Elon a lot in Greg's tweets. This is Greg's page here. Definitely follow him if you don't already. He's got some crypto Twitter posts, some regular comedy posts. Greg's the man. Let's move on. So Friday did my altcoin pick, my review of XCAD Network, the watch to earn coin. So yeah, the video itself got a lot of views, 2,300. It's about twice as much as I normally get. And then particularly of notice, the tweet I put out where I put the link to the video and announced the video, this has gotten 4 times as many impressions as my second most tweet ever. So it's 10,000 impressions so far. So obviously most big Twitter people have way more than that, I'd assume. But just for me, so this compared to my second most ever is about 4.5 times as much. 2,000 was the most impressions I'd had previously. So this just goes to show, as I was saying, the buzz is really here. It's just hit America now, but in the likes and comments, it's a lot of people from Asia and India. As I said, it's a watch to earn coin. YouTube, India is the #1 YouTube country on the planet. They have the most views, the most daily active users. They have the most big influencers there who have the most subscribers of anyone. They've signed up a bunch of people with over 5-10 million subscribers. Just today, XCAD announced they've signed Star Gamers. He's an Indian influencer in the gaming network. He has 4 million subscribers. This is his page right here. There's a lot of gaming stuff. I guess he's going to start incorporating crypto into that. So yeah, I mean, I'm very bullish on XCAD. As I said, they've vastly outperformed Bitcoin and Ethereum by about 140% over the last year during the up and down. And then they don't really have any big American YouTubers signed at this point. So with their Times Square launch, their official North American launch, happening about a week and a half ago, you can bet the big American YouTubers are on their radar. I'd assume probably Jake and Logan Paul are on their radar. They have millions of subscribers. The Paul brothers have been involved in other crypto projects. I have to assume the Paul brothers probably want to launch their own token. That's what XCAD is for. Big YouTubers who like crypto and want to launch their own fan token. XCAD's the place to do it. So yeah, majorly bullish, more of a long-term bullish, I think, as they just start to kind of roll out deeper into North American markets, start announcing the big influencers with huge, like 5-10 million, followers, and that's going to be big news every time they make an announcement. The bulk of the trading volume still does happen in the US. It's more so than any other country. So YouTube gets more views from people in India and the US, but the trading volumes still dominate in the US anywhere else. So I think when they announce the big North American influencers on YouTube, that's when we're going to see the trading price have a more positive reaction. Moving on, and then this is a project I talked about briefly on Friday at the start of that video, DeHotels DAO. So this is a project I am involved in. I am an advisor on. I'm going to put out this press release on my Twitter right after this video is done. But yeah, the company, so I've spoken with them on Zoom. I have another call on Zoom later with some other people affiliated with the project. I'm really excited for it. They just put out this press release kind of further describing their project. Basically, as I said on Friday, so it's if you've ever fantasized about sort of running a hotel from a DAO managerial standpoint, that's what this project does. So they're buying around 5, they're going to buy around 5 hotels, real hotels around the world, with the funds that they raise from the investor money, and probably small, medium-sized hotels. And then if you buy the token, then you are given governance voting rights, and it's sort of like the process kind of mimics you running the hotel. You get to make managerial decisions, you get to make hiring and firing decisions, you get to make staffing decisions, entertainment decisions. Do you want singers, bands, comedy shows playing, construction decisions? Do you want to close a pool? Do you want to open a pool? Do you want to make, what kind of landscaping do you want? What kind of restaurants do you want in the hotel? Do you want to change the menu? All sorts of stuff. So if it's ever been your dream to be an entrepreneur in either hospitality or specifically running a hotel, this is the coin for you. This sort of mimics that whole process from a DAO crypto standpoint. I'm going to be doing a more in-depth typical spotlight video on the coin on Wednesday. It'll be my usual 10 to 15 minute spotlight videos on this coin. So I'll be looking out for that, and be looking for me to put out this press release on my Twitter later today. But I'm very excited about this project. It's gotten great vibes. Love the team, everyone I've spoken to. Move on to the markets. So kind of flat on the day. On the weekend is down a little today. It was up a little yesterday, 20,700 at the moment. Here's the 2-day price action. So it looked like a little bit of liquidation that happened right here late Sunday. Kind of an instance. Anytime you see just a straight vertical line spike down about $700 right there, that's a liquidation. It looked like the liquidation trigger point was at 21.2. So on the day, as I said, it was down in the last 24 hours, kind of hit everyone equally. Bitcoin, Ethereum, blockchain networks, the metaverse sector down 6%, pretty significant play to earn. Yield farming down 3 to 4%. But as I said, we usually have we usually have a late Monday into Tuesday pump. It didn't really happen as much last week, but it happened several weeks before. Will we see it today? I think at least prices won't go down. They might remain flat. They might go up. We'll see. So like this tweet here, I'm not going to read it here. This sort of sums up the market right now. So the current price point, 20,700, represents a 70% dip from the peak of 69K. And then when we got to 17,600, that represented exactly a 74% dip. So the big debate, people seem to be 50-50. Are we at the bottom? Are we going to go lower? The two previous bear market cycles in 2018 and 2014, they reached exactly 78% drawdown from peak to bottom price point, and then 84%. So 78%, 84%. A week ago, when we were at 17, we reached 74%, and now we're at 70. So it could go either way. Most people probably think we have one more dip left. That's just what I think. Just still seeing a lot of leverage on the markets that could get shaken out either way, but it just kind of feels like just a little bit more downward momentum, maybe one more price dip, which might clear out a little leverage, bring us down to like 15, whatever. It's just a random guess, and that might be the bottom, but we'll know the bottom when the leverage clears out and it goes down significantly. Well, okay, then investors on both sides are being a little bit more risk cautious, being a little bit more risk averse, and then price spikes either way aren't really going to happen too much. So then that's the sign of the bottom to me, because then the market can just sort of forget all the worried, nervous ears, nervous eyes, and it can just slowly build up without keep cannibalizing down every time a small price dip happens from a small piece of macro news. Some people have said like July 4th, it might be bearish. That's when so let's say there is going to be one more price dip. When is going to happen is a big question. I mean, the next interest rate hike isn't for a month, July 26th. So it could remain flat until then go down. And it's a long time for it to remain flat. Some people have said July 4th. There have been holidays where Thanksgiving, Christmas prices do kind of dip temporarily. But that's usually when the prices are more on an upswing. So it's like price on an upswing. Everyone's just totally in rhythm, totally in the groove. Then they go home, they visit their families for holiday, and they're not paying as much attention. And then it just loses steam temporarily and crashes. This is a different situation. This is the market's in a downtrend, not an uptrend. So this actually might be good. I think the lack of attention on the markets is exactly what it needs. Over July 4th, then there's going to be less worried eyes, less nervous ears, and the market will at least remain flat, maybe even go up a lot. So I think it's a slightly different case than when the markets have tanked on holidays when they're in a bull run. So again, the leverage gets just, see, in previous times where the leverage was higher, it was only a little bit higher, like 20% than the previous total peak of leverage. Now we're like about 150% higher than the previous peak, so could break either way. It's a little nerve-wracking. we shall see. This chart here, this kind of shows previous leverage and what happened. So there's no correlating pattern, but there was a lot of leverage right before the pandemic hit when BTC was at 8, 9, 10,000. People thought that was the bottom. Some people thought it might go lower. Then the pandemic immediately dropped prices to 3,800, and then a lot of people got liquidated right here. And here at this top, this was another point. So this was the opposite. Last July, when the market hit a bottom, 29,000, leverage again reached an all-time high, which means both long and short leverage bets are being placed. And then there was a big liquidation, so the shorts got liquidated. This here, most people think it's going to be the opposite. Again, we're at a peak, so some people are predicting the bottom, so they're going leverage long. Some people are thinking one more shakeout, so they're going leverage shorts. I'm probably on the second bet. I don't like being negative. It's tough to say. Who knows? Coinbase Premium. So Coinbase Premium gap approaches zero, soft ending. So this is a good stat. This is actually bullish. The Coinbase Premium, that measures the difference in price between Coinbase and Binance and the other exchanges. Coinbase is almost exclusively used by Americans, whereas Binance and others are more international. So when the premium is negative, it means prices are much cheaper. There's more selling on Coinbase than on Binance. When the premium is positive, it means there's much more buying, so prices are higher. So this is showing here that the prices on Coinbase the premium gap has been much more negative in the last week or two, but now it's going up a little. It's still slightly negative. It's approaching zero. That means that the selling is dying off in the U.S., and Coinbase is, again, mostly U.S., and it's 76% institutional traders. So the semi-big moneyed U.S. investors are getting a little bit less nervous than they were a week or two ago, which is in line with the Bitcoin Greed and Fear Index. Going up, the Greed and Fear Index, again, mostly reflects North American sentiment, a little bit Europe too, but mostly North American sentiment. So it's a bullish indicator here. Now the big news of the day. So the hacking group, hacktivist group, whatever you want to call them, Anonymous, they have put out a new video release, and they are announcing their new target that they're going to go after. Let's play it. Have a listen.
It is obvious to us that Duquan has plenty of secrets and he has been very sloppy in his execution. Multiple governments are conducting their own investigations into the scammer, but so are we. Anonymous is looking into Duquan's entire history since he entered the crypto space, to see what we can learn and bring to light. There is no doubt that there are many more crimes to be discovered in your trail of destruction.
And the quotes get even better now. Watch. Listen to this right here. Some memorable one-liners right here.
On one occasion, he called a journalist for asking him difficult questions. However, he was quickly knocked down by the markets. The louder they are, the harder they tend to fall.
It's harsh words from Anonymous there. The louder they are, the harder they fall. Quickly knocked down by the markets. Calling him a scammer in the previous video. I'd have to agree with all these sentiments. That's very true. I don't know, the scammer, maybe not. But the louder they are, the harder they fall. And that is exactly what happened here. So we'll see. It was a cool little video here. The very professional production, a lot of good one-liners. It flowed good. There were some complaints amongst people I saw. They wanted a little more content-wise. Some people were expecting Anonymous to be like, you won't believe what we didn't cover on Do Kwon. We're not going to reveal it now. We're going to reveal it in 2 weeks, but just wait. Instead, it wasn't even an announcement of an announcement. It was just, we're conducting our own investigation. So we shall see where it goes. They've had sort of mixed results of their investigations in the past. Some are successful, some not as successful, always entertaining. Their videos always get huge views. It's a very professional production. As you remember, in 2011, they announced they were going after the Mexican drug cartels, and they kind of wisely, a few days later, changed their mind and announced they were not going after the drug cartels. They decided instead to focus on their attention on some political person or something after that. I guess their beef was they thought the cartels had kidnapped one of their members, something like that. But anyway, so they picked their victims, you want to say, or whatever, sort of very carefully. So when they announced, or their targets, we should say, so when they announced that Do Kwon is their newest target, a lot of thought goes into that there. So we'll see where their internal investigation leads, but always good entertainment there. That's it for today. Again, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter at BenCryptoShow. I'll be back tomorrow with a new video. And then Wednesday is my Spotlight video on DeHotels DAO, the company I am an advisor in, and I'm very excited. And Crypto signing out. Later.